Hello people, this is Benjamin Gaming, and this is, I think that's Sherlock Holmes is sitting and enjoying his pipe while it's raining outside. Let's continue Crimes and the Punishments of Sherlock Holmes. Lestrade might have some new facts about the case. Oh yeah, I finished last part where I heard, where Constable came over and asked me to go to the Scotland Yard because Lestrade wanted to see me. Okay, let's go.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always. What happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, no?
Breathtaking.
Okay, let's see what this is about. Hurtley's belongings.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Oh, we have boots.
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
I think that they will fit those footprints that we found in the dirt. And a letter.
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
And what's this? Pen.
Pen? Nothing unusual about it.
Why is it so dark in here? Is it night? You should have better lighting here. Not lightning. Why I always say lightning when I'm talking about lighting? You need to have better lighting here in this room. Okay, Liam Hurtley. Well, you're not here. Oh, here you are. Hi.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Let's start this pretty creepy exercise when we just gaze around the person from head to toes. And what do we have here? Lips, nose, eyes, ears, jacket, a handkerchief with a crested teeth. I think that we met something, a crested teeth, no? Was it a different game? I'm playing so many games that I'm lost, to be honest. What? Oh, plant remains. I cannot see anything. Do I need to adjust my brightness? Gardener's hand. So he's a gardener. Well, I think that we found everything. No? Sherlock. Usually when we find everything, we kinda get it back. Oh, okay. Old scar.
That's all for now.
What? No way. That's it? John Nelligan, Liam Hurtley. Who are you, the third person in there? Well, let's see. We have a stained letter. We need to perform analysis. Okay. And we need to go and compare sizes and the footprints with the footprints that we have here. Let's do it. Footprint, Hurtley's boots.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Perfect. So what we proved is that a gardener has been doing some gardening. Hurtley footprints and no gardener. That's a lie, obviously. Unexplained presence. Liam Hurtley's boots match the footprints at Woodman's Lee, thus proving that he was there. Judith Carey denies that he was their gardener. But she didn't deny anything yet. I hadn't asked her yet about this particular person. Liam Hurtley.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Well, she's lying.
Thank you, madam.
I mean, she's lying. Look at her face. She's a liar. I still love this, idealistic, well, in my opinion, idealistic, I don't know, village, cottage, garden, house. Okay, a stranger arrested by the police. He is a former soldier who left the military after being wounded. How do we know this? No idea. He now lives a quiet life, working as a gardener, probably at Woodman's Lee. Hurtley's boots exactly match the footprints at Woodman's Lee. Let's go home and do some analysis. Perform some analysis. Where's my home? Baker Street.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
I need to analyze the letter.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
We have 2 orange reagents, we have 2 colorless reagents, we have 2 blue reagents, and we have a green reagent. Don't mind me, sometimes I think that this kind of puzzles are easier to do on paper. Okay, so should it be blue, green, blue, orange, colors, blue, green, blue, orange, colorless, orange, colorless.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Okay, that was right.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
I did as you asked and hid them well, but I beg you to reconsider. I swear probably and remember our vows. I have not done nothing dishonorable for which you me. Now it's time to go to Liam Hurtley again.
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Liar. Hurtley's boots match.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
That is true. But that makes your presence at Woodman's Lee probable.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Well-kept gardener. Well, which one of them would fit? I don't know, gardener?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
Yeah, I remember now where I saw that crested tit. I saw it on something. Was it the book or notebook that Mrs. Carey was holding or kept beside her? Okay, what did you hide?
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
Hurtley's letter.
I did as you asked, and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley.
So where did you hide them, your tools?
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept, at Woodman's Lee.
Okay, but why would you hide garden's tools? I mean, well, I used to volunteer in a garden, and they've been hiding their tools because there were thefts that were stealing garden tools for gardening, so maybe? Okay, according to Hurtley's letter, and by his own words, he hid something at the spot where the garden tools are kept. He is a gardener at Woodman's Lee, so I should definitely conduct a search. Let's go. Where would a person hide the gardener's tools? I assumed here, but I was wrong. So, probably over there in the shed. This is it.
Locked.
Of course. Okay, Mrs. Carey, please give me your key. Yeah, so this is a notebook or book or something with the crested teeth. Access to garden tools.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh, my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
Well, what we will see here?
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Well, nothing so far. Sheds, wooden planks, ill-fitting plank. Okay, let's examine this. Open. And we found the box. Let's open it. Do we need a
Let us
key?
see what is in this box.
Oh, we don't have a key here, but we have a puzzle here. Rotate the lock's cylinders to form a complete line. Oh. That's, okay. Bunch of letters.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
I'm honestly astounded. Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all the time that I have known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful and no good can come from them. Oh, come on! Your husband is a jerk. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fate, and you must not worry for me. This is so stupid. Like, this kind of thing is forever stupid. No matter how many time passes, it's still stupid. Okay, Mrs. Carey, you knew perfectly well what we will find in that shed.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Romantic correspondence.
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Okay, well, Judith Carey confession and Judith Carey letter. Liam Hurtley loved Judith Carey so desperately that his jealousy could have provoked him into committing murder. Maybe. Hurtley's motive. Liam Hurtley's relationship with Judith Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. Liam Hurtley letter. Judith Carey confession. Harmless flirting. It has been confirmed that Liam Hurtley was flirting with Peter Carey's wife and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond affectionate but harmless letters and words. I have no idea. Really. I don't know. Well, what's this? Hurtley's motive, Hurtley's innocence. Hurtley's presence at Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith Carey and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. I don't know. Not yet. Okay, that's it. Well, next I need to check if Wiggins found something out. I don't know, the way she's crying, I don't think that it was harmless flirting.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Hugh Patton, sailor. James Lancaster, helmsman. Patrick Cairns, harpooner.
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
Yeah, and we thought that it was
Wiggins,
Peter Carey.
could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Some time later.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, Patrick Cairns and Peter Carey is a non-smoker. Connect. Task. If the pouch belongs to Patrick Cairns, it indicates his presence at the crime scene, but it still must be proven. So?
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Let's go and dress up. Sailor outfit. And what hat would fit a sailor? Do sailors wear hats? Let's go with this one. No glasses and facial hair, just a bit of mustache.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Let's go. Sea Witch pub. Why is everything so bluish here? Oh, because of smoke, because everyone is smoking, probably. Okay, but how do I recognize that Patrick? Well, he's strong. Is that you? No. Well, he's strong and he does arm wrestling. So, well, he doesn't look very happy.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling and arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Okay. Gosh, I don't know. Come on, Sherlock, you can do it, you can do it, Sherlock. I can't read his face at all, I don't know. I'm tired. As if I'm doing this wrestling, honestly. This is so annoying, I don't like it. Like, how do you expect me to read his face? I mean, I'm losing now, I know that much, but still. I can't believe I actually did it! Myself!
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
I think that I went wrong with the Sherlock Holmes mustache. Maybe not. Like if you settle down.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So as a result, I find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Ah, of course. It's been a dozen years since I sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes, I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
So that was that boy's father?
And who was he?
I dunno. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye, even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
And Pouch go to toilet?
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Well, I don't know. I should go to the toilet then. Where is the toilet here? In this place. Is this it? Well, maybe, but it's not openable. Okay, let's pretend that I came back. Hey! Come on. Oh, I need to plant Pouch first. Okay.
Here it is.
Well, can I go to the toilet now? No.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Bye, Patrick. So what? But why would he want to kill him? Pouch proves guilt. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder and thus proves his guilt, not necessarily. Pouch proves visit. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder, but doesn't not necessarily prove that he is the murderer. Well, for now, I think that everyone is innocent. Oh, I have more? Oh, because I have these contradictors. Well, I don't think that it's harmless flirting. It's desperate. I mean, the way that she was crying, it wasn't harmless flirting, right? But would he kill? I don't know. Maybe he has a motive, maybe he doesn't. We have found and utilized all clues in the case. Please proceed to the deduction space and form your conclusion. Peter Carey was trying to conceal the murder of John Nelligan's father. You mean this is it? I need to have a conclusion already? Lucky throw. I think that it's a feat of strength. But then the only person that can do that is... They both could have motives. I don't know, Cairns is guilty, but what would he kill him really? Why? Oh, you mean because it was self-defense? Cairns is guilty, Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. I don't know, let's absolve Cairns because I really don't... I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't feel it. The next day.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes,
How?
the tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
The sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
You haven't even met him.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventral. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Clues found 16 of 16. Karen is guilty. Everything is good except decision. And let's start the new case. Riddle on the rails. Some evidence okay, Riddle. Wait, I think this case will be more interesting. Riddle on the rail or Riddle on the rails.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. Certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Mycroft reminds me of Stephen Fry so much in this game. Okay, well, I think that this second case will be more interesting. At least I hope so, because the first case, no, it wasn't really exciting, and I actually want to continue playing this new case. So I will end this part here now, and I will start a new part exactly at the same time. Bye, people!